Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do another fight moves video. These fight moves are taken from the forms of the Chow Guard Prayer Mantis, and like I discussed last time, can be taken out and used in sparring and to help our familiarity with our style. Forms are just a directory of movements so that you don't forget them. It gives you an order and a pattern as an aid to memory so that you can remember all your movements and then take these movements and use them for fighting. The first movement we're going to do is a covering hand followed by a direct front centerline punch. This is a good movement for collapsing people with a tight guard. If people have their hands in tight, you come round a semicircular arc, keeping your elbows in and pushing forward, turning the shoulders to extend the front hand, aiming to contact along the outside of your opponent's forearm with the inside of your forearm, and then twisting, crushing your opponent's arm down and sliding forward, striking against their jawline and collapsing their hands in, and then a swift downward pull on their arm to create a crossed arm situation for a split second to allow you to thrust punch along the center line and crush their nose, knock out their front teeth, or slide in with your finger and punch the center of the throat for a more devastating effect. So we come in, turning the arms around our opponent's hand and then sinking the elbows and the body, making them deal with the weight of the torso, thrusting in, striking the jawbone, pulling the arm down, and striking the face. Like I say, this is good for people if they have a short guard, their hands are close, you crush their hands and strike them. So this is our first fighting movement. If you use it in sparring, you should try and be light on the front of your opponent's face or wear a head guard. And forward, forward. So the next movement we're going to do is from the Ping Kuan parallel bridge form. This is a movement thrusting outward with the forearm using a pixel, which is a gooseneck type movement. So you move out with your forearm, and as your forearm is about to contact a hook punch or incoming punch, you flick with your wrist to accelerate your forearm bone to strike along their arm, and then you come straight down their arm and strike their bicep. So a hook punch coming in, you open it and hit the bicep. You can use this 1-2, 1-2. You practice this on the dummy, on a bag, on your opponent's arm as they hook punch you. 1-2, 1-2, allowing you to have a good defense, fast flick out of the forearm, extend the wrist, striking down, hitting the inside of your opponent's arm. It's a very painful strike to the bicep against any punches coming in. 1-2, 1-2. So this will allow you to work on your opponent's arm. The second part of this movement, 1-2, cut across. So again, like all these movements, you can do them separately. So cut across, cut across, cut across, striking again if there's a punch coming in or a straight punch. Strike in against the wrist points, forearm points with your rear hand, sliding out against their neck, sliding out against their neck. 1-2. So this is a direct line, or as done in the form, strike their arm, disable their bicep, cut across on their neck whilst protecting against any secondary punch coming in. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. So all these movements can be done separately on the dummy, on the bag, on your partners when you're sparring. Try and become conversant with these movements so that you can just slip them out as you're sparring and as you're moving, and they're very accessible to you, not just locked into their position in their form. the next movement we're going to do is a straight punch down the center line, aiming at your opponent's solar plexus or their stomach. You're expecting them to move back or to block down with their arms. We press down with our arm and we roll with a rolling back fist onto the bridge of their nose, front of their teeth. 1, 2. 1, 2. So this is a rolling strike, rolling back fist. This punch, you fire this first punch. If it strikes, it strikes. It's good. If it doesn't strike, they block. We push their arm down and we strike at the higher line. 1, 2. Can be fired really quickly. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. And we can hit a bag, palm the bag, hit the bag with our back fist. Hit the dummy, press the dummy arm, strike the dummy with our back fist. We can use these movements, become used to doing these things. So as our opponent moves, maybe they open their arms, we see an opening, we strike their midsection, but they move, so we roll. And if they block this, we can continue on with other bridging techniques to open them and use them to get in our strikes. So these are some of the movements from our forms that we can use for our sparring on our bags. So we can build up our fighting movements so that we have more weapons available to us to strike at our opponent, and we're quick and smooth with these movements, and they're not locked into their position in their forms. They're open and available to us to be used for various attacking and defending situations. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.